Okay, let's dive into this because, when you're planning a trip to Portugal, you think trams, maybe wine.
Right, the big sites.
Exactly. But that first, real cultural key, it happens early, standing at a coffee counter.
It really does. For most of us, coffee's just fuel, isn't it? Grab and go, disposable cup.
Mm-hmm.
But in Portugal, that first coffee of the day, it's a pause. It's
Okay.
deliberate. You hear that gentle hum of the city waking up, the clink of the cup,
Yeah, that ceramic cup clink.
and that amazing aroma. It just sets a different pace for the day.
That's exactly why we looked into all this. Because our mission today, really, is to get past coffee just being caffeine. We want to unpack that sort of secret language you need at the counter.
Yeah.
Because understanding it isn't just about ordering, right? It's
Mm.
like the cultural handshake. It
Yeah.
lets you feel more local, less like a tourist just passing through.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is how this one simple thing, this tradition, it shapes the whole rhythm of a Portuguese town
Mm.
or city. It really sets the pace.
Sets the pace.
Yeah, if you start your day standing there, joining in, you're instantly kind of plugged into how things work locally.
I love that. Getting plugged in right away. So we're definitely not talking about those big sterile coffee chains here. Where does this actually happen?
No, not at all. We're talking about the local pastelaria or the cafe. They are absolutely central. The sources are really clear on this. The day doesn't properly start until you've been inside one.
Right.
They really do function as the neighborhood's living room. It's a great description.
The neighborhood's living room. Yeah, that paints a perfect picture, doesn't it? Captures that whole atmosphere the material describes. It's not just buying something, it's a place.
Absolutely. And think about the senses, right? The air is just thick with smells that strong coffee, but also warm pastries, buttery.
Yeah.
And the sound.
Yeah.
It's not loud music. It's the hiss of the espresso machine, spoons clinking against cups, and just this low murmur of people talking, a constant buzz.
And the thing that really struck me from the reading was this idea of the social blend. Is it really true that, for those few minutes, social class just kind of melts away?
It genuinely seems to be. That's what makes the cafe so democratic, I suppose. You'll literally see construction guys in dusty boots standing right next to people in sharp business suits and, older neighbors catching up on gossip. Everyone's just there, standing. For that same quick ritual, it really is a level playing field for a moment.
Okay, but hang on. If everyone's standing and drinking quickly, isn't that kind of hurried? Like our own grab-and-go thing? How does that actually slow the culture down?
That's a really good point and an important distinction. So the act of drinking the bica itself, yeah, that's fast.
Right.
But the ritual, the whole act of going there, standing there, maybe having a quick word,
Yeah.
that reinforces Portugal's sort of slow living idea. It's a built-in pause, a moment to stop, breathe, maybe connect before the day really kicks off.
So yeah, it's fast caffeine, but it's slow culture. It pushes back against that isolated, headphones in, rush thing you see elsewhere.
That context makes a huge difference. It's about being present, even for a minute. Okay, so now, the crucial bit. Cracking the code. You walk into this busy counter, it's buzzing, the barista's looking at you.
Yeah, expectantly.
And, asking for a latte or whatever is just wrong.
Totally wrong. You'll get a confused look at best. The ordering is, it's quick. You need the right words right away. Otherwise, you kind of gum up the works, which, nobody wants. It's a bit of a cultural misstep.
Okay, so let's get this essential vocabulary down. Starting with the absolute classic. The main Portuguese caffeine hit that short, strong espresso shot.
Right. That's your bica. Or, and this is important, the cimbolino. That's your default, your standard.
Bica or cimbolino. It's a short, punchy espresso. Similar to Italian maybe, but often a darker roast, quite oily, low acidity. Gives it this amazing crema on top. Dense. And it's meant to be drunk quickly. Yeah. Standing up.
And I remember reading about the regional split. This is super important, isn't it? Get it wrong, and you immediately sound like you haven't done your homework.
Absolutely vital. If you're in Lisbon or anywhere in the south, you ask for a bica. Simple.
Bica. Got it.
But if you go north, especially Porto and around there, you need to ask for a cimbolino.
Cimbolino.
Yeah. And apparently the name cimbolino comes from La Cimbali, a brand of espresso machine that was really popular up north. So you're kind of naming the machine.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love little details like that. So same drink, basically, just different names based on history.
Pretty much.
But okay, let's be honest. Straight espresso first thing. It can be intense. What if you or, someone listening wants something a bit gentler, but not like a full milky coffee?
Right. You wanted to just soften that edge.
Yeah.
Then you need the pingada.
Pinga.
Exactly. Pingo just means drop or drip. So you're asking for your bica or cimbolino with just a tiny splash, like a fingertip's worth, of cold milk.
Cold milk. Interesting.
Yeah, just enough to take that intense edge off slightly. Maybe cools it a tiny bit, makes it smoother, but it's still a quick stand-up drink.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about the options for maybe sitting down for a few minutes? The ones that involve more milk, a bit more leisurely.
Right. Moving into slightly bigger cups now. First up is the Mea Delete.
Mandalette. Sounds like half milk.
That's literally what it means, half of milk. And that's pretty much what it is. A balanced mix, half espresso, half steamed milk, served in a regular, larger ceramic cup.
Ah, so this is maybe the closest thing to like a flat white or a small latte.
Exactly. That's a good comparison. It's really popular for a more relaxed morning coffee. The key thing is the steamed milk lots more than the pingado, and it's hot, giving it that softer, creamier texture.
Okay, half and half. Makes sense. And then there's the really milky one, the one served in a glass, for that proper comforting start.
That's the one. The galão. Definitely the gentlest option.
Galão.
Served in a tall glass usually.
Yeah.
It's basically one shot of espresso and then topped right up with lots of hot steamed milk.
Yeah.
If you want something warm, comforting, maybe a bit sweeter depending on sugar, and you plan to sit down and sip it, the galão is your classic breakfast choice.
So we've got the quick hit, bica cimbolino, softened hit, pingado, balance it down, mea delete, and the big milky comfort. Galão.
You got it.
And the real reward here, it feels like, isn't just getting the coffee you wanted. It's that little nod, right? Earning a bit of cultural respect. You bothered to learn.
Exactly that. When you walk up, confidently say, pingado e pastel de nata, se faz favor.
Ah, throwing in the pastry order, too.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
And you pay your couple of euros. You often get that little nod from the barista. It's small, but it means something. It says, okay, you took a moment. You get it. You've shifted from just watching to participating, even in a tiny way.
And that shift from observer to participant, that's what good travel is all about, isn't it? Now, you mentioned the pastry. Coffee is rarely alone, you said. We absolutely have to talk about the food, that counter display.
Oh, the glass counter. It's like a treasure chest, seriously. Every morning, your eyes just dart around. It's almost impossible not to get something with your coffee.
Okay, so where do we start? There's one pastry that's basically synonymous with Portugal, right? The absolute must-try pairing.
Has to be the pastel de nata, the custard tart. It's just perfection in a small package.
Describe it for someone who's never had one.
Okay, so it's this little cup made of super flaky layered pastry, really crispy. And inside, it holds this rich, creamy egg custard. And the top is usually scorched, caramelized, sometimes beautifully dark in spots. Ideally should be served warm, maybe with a little shaker of cinnamon or powdered sugar nearby for you to sprinkle on top.
Okay, crucial question.
Yeah.
If you're standing there looking at a tray of them, how do you know if it's a good one? What's the quality sign?
Good question. For me, it's about the pastry texture and the custard temperature. The pastry should look, and ideally sound when you bite it, really flaky and crisp, not soggy.
Right, the crunch.
Exactly. And the custard. It should still be slightly warm, maybe have a little wobble, not cold and set like rubber. If it looks freshly baked and smells amazing, you're probably onto a winner.
Good tips. Okay, beyond the superstar tart, the sources mentioned just tons of other options. What else should you be looking out for on that counter?
Oh, loads. Look for buttery croissants. You can get them simples, just plain, or sometimes filled with sweet cream, or even ham and cheese, confiambre y queijo. And then there's usually a huge range of regional breads and cakes. Things like pão de Deus, that means bread of God. It's a lovely, soft, sweet roll with a kind of coconut topping. Really good.
Okay, sweet covered. But what if you're not a sweet breakfast person? Need something savory first thing.
Absolutely covered there, too. Your absolute go-to is the tostamista.
Tostamista.
Which sounds fancy, but it's just a simple, perfect grilled ham and cheese sandwich. Usually on sliced white bread, buttered, pressed nice and hot so the cheese is gooey.
Delicious.
Simple but effective.
Totally. You might also see other savory pastries, little fried things called rissoy. They can be filled with shrimp or meat. Savory puffs. Lots of choice.
And what's really amazing about this whole thing, the coffee, the pastry, the atmosphere, is that it's probably the most authentic local experience you can have. And it costs hardly anything.
Exactly. It completely democratizes the start of the day. You grab your coffee, your pastel de nata, or your tostamista, and it's often just, couple your euros. Seriously affordable.
So the construction worker and the CEO you mentioned earlier,
They're paying the same small price, standing the same spot, getting the same front row seat to Portuguese life unfolding. It's brilliant.
okay, so wrapping this up, we've definitely established that the first coffee in Portugal is way more than just a drink. It's a ritual, a moment of connection, a real window into the country's soul. Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully we've given you the keys, the vocabulary, the options to actually participate.
Mm.
Seriously, if you just skip the hotel breakfast buffet once
Yeah.
and find a local pastelaria, join the folks at the counter, order your bica, your cimbolino, whatever, grab that warm pastry,
Yeah.
you are actively choosing the more authentic way. You're doing it right.
And that simple act, maybe just 5 minutes standing there watching the neighborhood wake up, it really does set the tone, doesn't it? Which leads to a final thought, maybe something for you to chew on. If you start your travel day deliberately embracing this local practice, this idea of taking things slow, even for just those few minutes, actively connecting, how does that tiny commitment, that 5-minute pause, actually change the feeling, the pace of your whole day exploring? Does it remind you that sometimes the best parts of travel aren't the big monuments, but these small, everyday moments where you actually connect?